Hi everyone, welcome to this week's State by State, and I'm Cassie and I'm your host. This week is Georgia. Georgia was the fourth state admitted to the Union and was admitted on January 2nd, 1788. The largest city in Georgia is Atlanta, which is the capital. Georgia is roughly 59,400 square miles. That makes it the largest state east of the Mississippi. Its highest elevation is Brasstown Bald at 4,784 feet. The lowest elevation is the Atlantic Ocean, which is 0 feet above sea level. This is the current Georgia state flag. Please note that Georgia has gone through a lot of different flags, ranging from one that was just a red, white, and blue stripes with a blue bar on the side, to one that had the Confederate flag instead of the bars, to one that was blue with the state seal, to this one, which was adopted on May 8th, 2003, after the Georgia governor at the time, Sonny Perdue, authorized the Georgia legislature to draft a new flag. When it was put to a vote, which of the flags would be done, was either the 2003 version, which is what we have today, or the 2001 version, which you can look up. The 2003 design won by 73.1% of the vote. The state bird of Georgia is the brown thrasher, or Toxtoma rufum, which is part of the Mimidae family, which includes New World catbirds and mockingbirds. They are omnivores and will eat anything ranging from bugs to fruit. The brown thrasher is measured around 9 to 12 inches long with an 11 to 13 inch wingspan and end up weighing about anywhere from 2 to 3 ounces, with the average being 2.4. Their plumage is usually reddish bright above on the top, with dark streaks on its buffy underparts, and a whitish colored crest that is distinguished with the teardrop-shaped markings on its chest. Georgia has a very unique dog breed. That dog breed, and you can't see me, but I'm putting quotes around it, air quotes around it, is the adoptable dog, meaning that Georgia's state dog breed is dogs that come from shelters. For those who have never heard of an animal shelter, they take in stray animals or animals that are no longer wanted by their families or animals that have been abused by their families, and then they adopt them out to forever homes, which are places where they will be able to grow up and live a long life with their new families that love them. In Vermilion County, we have the Park Vermilion Humane Shelter, which I highly encourage anyone who's thinking of getting a pet to look into the shelter. They have dogs, cats, and an assortment of other animals that go through. I've seen them have fancy rats, but they do have a lot of dogs and cats. So I would just suggest, like the Georgia Assembly did, to maybe look at a shelter pet before you think about getting a pet from a breeder. The state flower of Georgia is the Rosa levigata, or the Cherokee rose, which is a white fragrant rose that is native to China, Taiwan, and southern China and Taiwan, and south to Laos and Vietnam, and it's considered an invasive species in the United States. It is an evergreen climbing shrub, scrambling over shrubs and other small trees to heights of 16 to 33 feet. The leaves are about 1 to 4 inches long, usually in 3 leaflets, but sometimes 5, and the flowers are 2.5 to 4 inches in diameter, frequent with a very nice fragrance and pure white petals and yellow stamens, and are usually followed by two bright red bristly hips. The flower stem is also very bristly. Okay, now for the state fruit, which, since Georgia is called the peach state, guess what it is? The peach. Peaches are fruits of the Prunus persica plant tree. And peaches usually have white. Peaches with white flesh are typically very sweet with little acidity, while yellow flesh peaches typically have an acid tang with the sweetness. Although this also changes with varieties. Both colors often have the same kind of reddish kind of color on their skins. Traditionally, usually people from Asia, such as Japan, China, Korea, Thailand, and such, preferred the low acid white flesh peaches, while Europeans and North Americans tend to prefer the yellow flesh, slightly acidic types. Georgia produces about 3 to 5% of the total U.S. Peach production. Okay, time for interesting stories and factoids. We are going to start this off with the once largest public aquarium in the world and is now the largest aquarium in the United States and the Western Hemisphere, Georgia Aquarium. The bulk of the funding came from the from a local businessman who's also the Home Depot co-founder, Bernard Marcus. The aquarium is located in downtown Atlanta, just north of Centennial Olympic Park. It holds roughly, in total, 8 to 10, no, now it holds 10 million US gallons. That's a lot of water. The aquarium itself is home to hundreds of species and thousands of animals. The aquarium itself was designed around a 6.3 million US gallon whale shark exhibit, which makes it the only institution outside of Asia that houses the whale sharks. The aquarium is also only one of 4 sites in the world displaying a manta ray. Nandi, the aquarium's first manta ray, and the first manta ray on display in the US, was accidentally caught in nets protecting the South African coast from sharks. She can be seen in the Ocean Voyager exhibit, and there was a second one, Tallulah, who was added in September of 2009. And in 2010, they were joined by a female named Raven, and in 2012, a male named Blue. Now, when I say manta rays, I mean the large manta rays, the ones that are 11.5 to 15 feet in wingspan. Yeah, very big animals. Now, the aquarium also runs different programs, conservation programs. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word there for a second. And also research. If you're interested in that, I suggest checking out the aquarium's website. They can explain what they do much better than I can. People might recognize the Georgia Aquarium and all the stuff that I'm showing you on these because in February of 2019, Animal Planet made a show called The Aquarium, which is about the Georgia Aquarium and the interactions with the animals and the trainers and also their conservation efforts. So you might be familiar with this place already. Okay, this is going to be an interesting factoid about Atlanta. The seal of Atlanta actually has a phoenix on it. And there's a reason for that. During the American Civil War, the city was burned almost entirely to the ground by the famous March to the Sea by General Sherman. However, the city quickly rose from its ashes and became a national center for commerce and the unofficial capital of the New South. So Atlanta has become a very busy city. It has been a major organizing center of the civil rights movement, with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s Ralph David Abernathy and many other locals playing major roles in the movement's leadership. In the modern era, Atlanta is known as a very large international trade hub. In fact, Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport is the world's busiest airport by passenger traffic, since 1988. I personally have been through there a couple times on connecting flights, and oh my goodness, it is busy. Atlanta also hosted the 1996 Summer Olympics, and in fact still has the Centennial Olympic Games. There's still the Centennial Olympic Park, which, as I said in the previous part about the aquarium, there are a lot of things now surrounding that area, and it's become a very big tourist attraction, and also just like a center for the city. Of course, everyone knows what happened at the Olympics in Atlanta in 1996. There were pipe bombs that were detonated at the Centennial Olympic Park, which was a downtown park built to serve as the public focal point for the Games festivities, which killed 2 and injured 111. This heinous crime was committed by Eric Robert Rudolph, and he was listed for 5 years as one of the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives until he was caught in 2003. In 2005, as part of a plea bargain, he pled guilty to numerous state and federal homicide charges, and accepted 4 consecutive life sentences in exchange for avoiding a trial and a potential death sentence. He is now incarcerated at the ADX Florence Supermax prison near Florence, Colorado. Okay, time for the fun part, which is the authors. Reminder: all the authors that are listed here, we have their books, or we have their works in other formats such as ebooks, audiobooks, e-audiobooks. All the authors listed here we have in our system. So come and check them out if you see a book that you might like to try. Again, this is not a comprehensive list. This is just one that I cherry-picked. These people were either born in, raised in, or they have a significant connection to the state. So without further ado, let us go. Okay, thank y'all for watching this episode of State by State. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell to get notifications when we post up a new video. Check out our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I believe we have started the TikTok. I'm not entirely certain on that. If you guys like the video, remember, and maybe you know a author from Georgia who I didn't list here, tell me down in the comments. I might give you a shout out in another episode. The next episode is going to be featuring Hawaii. Okay, I hope you guys all have a nice week. Bye.